Thank you for joining us once again for this, the week after our
38th.
previous episode.
No, same bloody day. The Ides of August.
Thank you for hopping in your TARDISes once again and traveling back in time to join us as we discuss the terror of the Zygons and the Zygons in general.
Just Zygons, yeah.
The Zygon.
Okay.
Me Zygon.
Okay, so obviously today we're doing villains. We did Davros, now we're doing Zygons. The Zygons are these weird kind of moon shape pucker things.
Suctioning cup.
Yeah, and all their technology is organic suction cup
just
stuff.
Like,
yeah,
roping like all these bulbous things in their ships.
I like roping bulbous.
When the meteorite was first coming in, like
okay, for Terror of the Zygons. Yeah.
For Terror of the Zygons, and the Brigadier wanted to shoot it out of the sky, and I was so upset that we didn't let him do that, because that would just blow him up.
No, Baker.
So much. Was it Baker?
Yeah, the Zygons first show up with Tom Baker.
And okay, so
right,
Baker that. No, I thought it was the Brigadier that. There's a meteorite. No. He's like, shoot down that meteorite. It has alien life forms, and then.
That's a different alien life form.
Okay, never mind.
You're thinking.
I'm thinking of the thing that would suck people. Okay.
Yeah. Terror of the Zygons, season 13, first serial. Tom Baker's second series.
They're the shape shifting. It's a good thing they can shape shift, because boy are they ugly.
Alright. So anyway, Zygons are these weird shape shifting monsters that can be whomever they want to be, but they have to keep the original stashed away so they can duplicate them.
Yeah.
Much like the chameleons. You remember the chameleons had to keep the originals in the cars in the car park? Yeah. Much like the chameleons, they got to keep the original stashed away so they can shapeshift them to copy their genetic pattern or whatever.
Wonder they didn't die from heat exhaustion.
Britain's cold.
It's
a good bit north of us. Except this year. This year Britain's warm.
I mean, how long can you live in a car?
I don't know. I mean, I guess with the right life support system a while, but we're talking. I don't know if it was for the chameleons a feedback loop. With the Zygons, they have them in these stasis pods that apparently feeds them and keeps them alive. That's
when we had not Ben and Polly, the other military guy.
With the chameleons?
No, the Zygons. Who was the female companion?
With the Zygons at the time, Sarah Jane Smith. With the chameleons, it was Jamie and Ben and Polly.
Sarah Jane Smith calls the Zygons ugly, and the Zygons think that humans are ugly, so it's just real ironic. It's like to you humans are hideous to our species.
Hey, at least they were in color. The chameleons were black and white.
They're like, now excuse me while I grope these door controls. It's organic. The walls are just like viscous, veiny.
Tokyo.
Everything's squelching and it's so nasty.
Okay.
I said that it reminded me of that Samurai Jack cartoon where he goes underwater to like this Atlantis city, and they have like fishes that help you breathe underwater, but their taxis are also these fish that have like this big bulbous transparent skin, and you pilot them by like stepping on different like muscles inside of the fish. It's like this organic car. And you like grab a thing inside of the fish and it makes it break and go.
Kind of like the rat in Ratatouille.
Yeah, with the
guy with the hair.
Yeah, that, but on the inside of the fish. I know, it's gross.
Yeah.
The Zygons are so gross. Why do they come back at her?
They don't come back until the 21st century stuff. They come back in the New Who. It's tradition for the 20th century Who and New Who.
That's my favorite chocolate drink.
New Who?
Yeah. Not chocolate milk, chocolate drink.
Okay. So, the Zygons do come back. They come back in New Who, and they actually come back in it's the 50th anniversary episode? No, it's during the... Oh yeah, that is a good deal. Yeah, they come back during the 50th anniversary, and they're really, really amazing for it. And you've got Queen Victoria.
Really?
As a Zygon, and a Zygon is Queen Victoria. It's interesting. It's fun. It's really, really, really fun. But they do come back and they create a civilization within our civilization.
Still organic heat controls in there.
Yeah.
Do they grope some door controls?
Yeah.
So when they come back, do they have are they still just as ugly? Do they have a
Yes, they're exactly as ugly. They are true to the original.
Was it the Silurians that had a redesign when they came back?
Yes, Silurians had a redesign. They were apparently different branches, so you have the more Neanderthal-esque Silurians and you have the more modern Silurians. The modern Silurians look like humans, gorgeous with the little breaks on the stuff. The old Silurians have a big-ass mask. It's a bit of technology, but I mean, the Silurians were what? Pertwee was the first one with the Silurians.
And they don't make the Zygons any more pretty like this.
Oh, they're still as ugly.
And so many Doctor Who villains are so hard to look at. You have the big potato head people.
Santarans.
They're so gross.
The Silurians do actually look nice later on.
Do they?
Yeah, I told you about Madame Vostra.
I don't believe you.
I told you about Madame Vostra, right?
Is that
the Paternoster game? Right. She is beautiful.
Yeah,
I mean, she's gorgeous. She's got all the stuff on her, and still, she is shapely and beautiful.
It's like hairy potato eye molds.
No. The Santaran is her butler.
Oh, you're talking about the Zygon. Wait, the Silurian lady.
Silurian lady is Madame Vostra.
Okay, well, Silurians
she's married to a human female, and then they have a Santaran as their butler / manservant, who is Strax, and that's the Paternoster game.
So that's my point, is that they had the redesign with the Silurians and they made them more attractive. But the Zygons and the Santarans are still really hard to look at.
Well, apparently with the Silurians they were kind of different branches, but same species, different branches.
I wish they had different branches of less potatoy Santarans and less.
Wait till we get to the skinnier Santarans later on. There's a couple of skinny ones.
Those are the French fry variants.
Kind of. During Colin Baker's era, I believe.
Alright, I can't wait.
Can't wait.
Actually squeamish is the way I feel.
So we see them during the, if I remember correctly, during the Two Doctors. Mm-hmm. I told you about that serial, right?
What about it?
Okay, so...
I watched it.
No, you haven't watched it yet.
The Two Doctors?
Yeah, you haven't watched it.
Oh, I'm thinking of the Three Doctors.
Right.
Okay. Tell me about the Two Doctors again.
The Two Doctors has Colin Baker. And, Colin Baker.
Oh.
Right up there. Up.
We have two Bakers. Which one's
the
Baker?
No, that one. That's Colin Baker.
What? So why do you call them by their last names if they have the same last name?
No, Tom Baker and Colin Baker.
Yeah, but you call them by the last names.
No, not those two.
Oh.
Okay.
Why don't you call them all by their first name?
Because that would be confusing.
Right. Do they have the same first name?
No, they have different first names.
Well, then the last name is more confusing.
That's why I call them by their full name. Well, not their middle name. All right. So it has Colin Baker. All right, and Troughton.
Oh, I love John. John comes back.
And Troughton. Yeah, he comes back.
Oh, he's great.
Well, he comes back for the Five Doctors.
I think he's still my favorite Doctor.
He comes back for the Five Doctors, and then he comes back for the Two Doctors.
He was in the Three Doctors.
He was in the Three Doctors, the Five Doctors, and the Two Doctors. Anyway, so the Two Doctors are the only multi-Doctors episode that wasn't an anniversary special.
Oh, yeah.
So he comes back and...
He just shows up by pure star power.
Yeah, and it's in Seville.
It's uncivil?
No, it's in Seville, Spain.
Oh, okay.
So my wife and I were in Seville, and I stopped. I'm like, wait! She's like, what? I'm like, this is the street that they went down and the two doctors. That's the wall. That's the building. This is it. She's like, what? I'm like, I'll show you when we get back home. But remember this. Let me take a picture. So he came back home and I showed it to her. She's like, you're right. That's exactly where we were.
It's like the Beatles crosswalk.
Yeah. Abbey Road. Yeah. But no, I just recognized it. It was like, this is it. It was so cool.
You have an eye for that sort of thing.
I got most of them when we were in London earlier this year.
Nice.
But she's like, we were crossing a bridge on a bus. She's like, and this is the bridge in the Daleks' invasion of Earth? And I'm like, you're right. Nice. I got most of them, but she got that one perfectly. It was great. I was like, you're right. This is the bridge.
I imagine a lot of those are like historical structures.
Yeah, they'll be very, very old.
That's why they were around since 64 or whatever.
Well, in Britain, things have been around for centuries, if not millennia.
Oh boy.
Wait till we get to the 11th Doctor in Stonehenge.
Did you know the name of Big Ben isn't Big Ben?
No, it's Victoria Tower. Yeah. Named after
Big Ben's the name
or Elizabeth Tower or whatever.
Of the bell.
Yeah.
Inside of the tower, so they call it. So it started off by people hearing the bell and saying, there's Big Ben, and then they eventually just start referring to the whole tower as Big Ben.
Look, kids, Big Ben. You've seen that, right?
No, is that
European Vacation?
Oh, we watched Euro Trip.
Yeah, that was good.
I haven't seen European Vacation.
Have you seen Vacation?
I don't think so.
Christmas Vacation.
Oh, the Lampoon?
National Lampoon series.
No.
There's
I don't think I've watched any of the National Lampoon movies.
Oh. Okay, write those on the list.
All of them?
No, the first three.
We're gonna have a Lampoon marathon?
Okay. The first three. Vacation, European Vacation, Christmas Vacation.
Okay.
Alright. The first and the third are especially amazing. The second one is still really, really good. We don't need to watch Vegas Vacation. It's not good.
I don't think any of them are.
What? You haven't seen them.
What's the name of the guy, the dad in the movies?
Chevy Chase.
Chevy Chase. Have you heard about Chevy Chase's late night talk show that bombed and lost Fox millions of dollars?
Yeah.
And he had Goldie Hawn. Okay.
Yeah. No, Chevy Chase is amazing, but not all his movies are great. He's been in some really bad movies like Spies Like Us. Caddyshack was amazing.
National Lampoon's Vacation.
Vacation, European Vacation, Christmas Vacation is fantastic.
Okay.
It's literally the best of the series.
Okay.
And it's really rare when the third movie
the one
in a series is the best. In fact,
he throws the water on the cat and the cat freezes. And he's carving the turkey with the electric turkey carver.
Yeah, you've seen it.
Not all of it.
No.
I've seen that specifically, those scenes on TV.
Honestly, hold on. I think that may be the only case in history where the third of a movie series is the best of a franchise.
I really like Toy Story 3.
Do you think it was the best of the franchise?
I think Toy Story 1 really sets it up.
Yeah.
Toy Story 2 is definitely an improvement on the formula because it's a fantastic film. Mm-hmm. And then the third one is like the ultimate emotional payoff where, Andy's going to college. And then the fourth one is like more of a cash in. So I think the third Toy Story movie is the best. I think it's my favorite.
That could be a whole different podcast. Like which third movies are the best.
Sometimes they do that in video games. So like Halo 1
was video games.
Halo 2 and Halo 3, okay.
No, but the only other one I think you could even argue would be Shrek. Seriously, I mean, Indiana Jones is... The third one is good, but it's not as good as the first.
Not as good as Crystal Skull. That's the fourth one's the best.
I will stab you, okay? I will stab you like Salman Rushdie got stabbed, okay?
A two-hatter.
Do you know how he got stabbed?
How did Salman Rushdie get stabbed? Oh, I heard about that. What happened?
He got stabbed 15 times by a Shiite Muslim. Because Iraq has a...
Jerusalem.
No, Iran has a fatwa out on him. And so this American-born 23-year-old Muslim went up there, stabbed him in the liver, the kidney, the throat, the eye, and the torso. He's going to lose an eye. I mean, Salman Rushdie's in his 70s, but he's going to survive. They took him off the ventilator. But he literally just got stabbed like crazy by this guy. It's horrible.
And he didn't even get him.
He wrote a book
about getting stabbed.
No, Salman Rushdie wrote a book called The Satanic Verses.
Oh, that's why
back in the 80s.
They want him dead.
That's when they want him dead, because even though there were verses of the Quran that were considered satanic by Muslims later on, they didn't like that book, because I read it way back in the 90s. And is the book kind of salacious? Yeah, a little bit. But it's nothing worth killing somebody over, you know. It's a difference between the East and the West, you know.
Book came out in the 80s. 40 years later, they stab him a bunch. Still can't. They're terribly inefficient assassins. Like, you give up. He's an old man.
He's in his 70s.
Old age is going to get him before they do.
Oh my God! I hope you're right.
How did these people get so radicalized? Like,
some religions are just incredibly radical and radicalized.
Religion has a strange power.
No, it has a religious power. It has a fanaticism. So in the 1970s, there was a whole bunch of people in what was it? Jonestown.
Waco? Oh.
No, Jonestown. Okay. They were willing to drink Kool-Aid laced with like poison to kill themselves.
That's how they get.
They thought they were going to heaven.
Yeah.
Yeah. The same thing for the Heaven's Gate in like the 90s or 2000s.
I love hearing about cultists. It's so bizarre and dark and terrible and just inherently compelling. It's fascinating. Okay. It's like you know how people get really intrigued by nonsense like gossip and stuff.
Yeah.
It's like deadly gossip. It's like, oh, all these people died, and you're like, ooh.
Deadly gossip.
Tell me more. What happened?
It's like a train wreck, you know. All right. So, what other questions do you have about the
Zygons? Would you consider them radicalized? The Zygons, or the religious cult?
Originally, the Zygons were fairly they were fairly despotic and didn't have any regard for human life. But later on, they're willing to live with us and within us and be friendly, and it's kind of cool actually.
Like the Ice Warriors, they had a change of heart in terms of.
Well, they did by Peloton, yeah.
Yeah. And then they went back to being the bad guys.
Well, sometimes yes, sometimes no. It depends on where they are in their history, because Doctor Who jumps around, you know.
That's true, yeah. The Zygons being shapeshifters and living among humans kind of reminds me of... What's that movie where the guy wears the sunglasses and sees that they're aliens?
They Live.
They Live.
That was Roddy Piper, the wrestler.
Yeah.
Roddy Piper or something like that. Anyway, great guy, wonderful movie.
Yeah.
Wonderfully good, wonderfully bad.
Sad.
But anyway, in the future.
Reminds me of the Body Snatchers.
Yeah. In the 21st century Doctor Who, there's a young lady who works at UNIT. Okay, and she has like she wears a Tom Baker scarf because she's a big fan of the Doctor, and she has an inhaler because she has asthma, and she gets copied by a Zygon. So there's two of these young ladies, and you don't know which one is which, and that's the whole question is which one is which, and you know what? as a team, they're going to watch over everything. And it's kind of cool, actually.
It's like
it's really, really neat.
What's his face's cat in the box?
Schrodinger's cat.
They're both the same person.
Kind of.
Because you don't know which one's which.
Right. And they know, but they won't tell. And that's the whole thing. And it's, what's her name?
Must make dating very hard.
I don't know if anyone in Unit actually has a dating life in the modern stuff. In the old stuff, remember?
Brigadier he has a special lady.
He does, and he eventually has a daughter.
Yeah.
And Sergeant Benton is kind of sweet on, gosh, I forget her name.
That one.
Yeah, he's got a crush on somebody. But in the modern stuff, Osborne. That's the name, Osborne.
Joe Grant?
No, Osgood. No, in the modern stuff, yeah, he has a crush on Joe Grant.
Yeah.
In the modern stuff, Osgood is the young lady's name, and you don't know which one's a Zygon and which one's human.
Oscorp is the one that William Dafoe and the Green Goblin. Godspeed, Spider-Man.
No.
No?
Oscorp not. Yeah. All right. Any questions about the Zygons?
What do you think a baby Zygon looks like?
I think it looks like a giant leech, okay?
I'm not excited to see... I was really excited to see Davros come back. I'm not looking forward to the Zygons coming back.
Davros. No, Davros looks human, okay? In the beginning.
Oh, okay.
I think the thing extends his life.
He didn't come out like a raisin?
No, I think the thing extended his life.
Okay.
His science extended his life. Right.
So he didn't come out with the third robot eye?
No. All right. Any questions about the Zygons?
Did they come back?
Yes, several times. Actually, they're kind of prominent in the modern era. Once we get to the 50th.
Do you have a favorite Zygon series? So
I say the 50th. Yeah.
Oh, the anniversary.
Yeah, the 50th anniversary. Yeah.
Cool.
It's really, 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 really good.
Nice.
And the 50th anniversary special is just fantastic.
And they're really, really, really ugly.
Yes.
Hopefully they stay shape-shifted most of the time, right?
Yes.
Okay, good.
But not all the time.
Ah, dang it.
And they come out of the pictures.
Out of the pictures? They shape-shifted the pictures?
You'll see.
This is like Harry Potter.
It's a stasis cube, you know? Right.
I think I don't have any more questions.
Alright, we'll see you next week. Yes,
Bye.
Next week we might be doing...
the movies?
Right, we might do the Peter Cushing movies the next 2 weeks where we rewatch the movies and actually start our Apocrypha sub-channel because we need to do that actually. And I do want to do it because Bernard Cribbins passed away. Love you, Wilf. And he was in the second movie. So we'll see you next week and we'll hopefully get that done before we get back to the main show. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Rest in peace, Wolf. Aperture.
Aperture.